Over the last 7 years, we have all changed and grown a lot. From scared and nervous kindergarten students to being here this morning just about ready for junior high. You know, Mrs. Forrest has also graduated. She went from being my kindergarten teacher to this year being the big boss here at Alamo. In between, I have had some awesome teachers who really cared about us, made lots and lots of great friends. I learned how to take care of silkworms in Mrs. Hart's class, became excited when Mrs. Ballard showed up unexpectedly to my baseball games and birthday party, dissected squid in Mr. Russell's class. I learned how to make speeches in Mrs. Zoll's class. And Mrs. Lucas, she taught us the skill of being organized and to make good use of our time. Mrs. Lucas taught us a lot of other things too, but that's between her and my classmates. I'm not allowed to repeat those things here. We have spent more time at Alamo than any other school we will ever attend in the future. 2 years at junior high, 4 years at high school, and hopefully only 4 years at college. 7 unforgettable years where we learned more than just math, spelling, English, and social studies. We were taught about kindness and patience. Slow down, boys and girls, slow down, and working together. I know all of us will miss Alamo dearly. I know for a fact that when I have to get up at 6:30 a.m. to be ready for Jepson's start time of 7:45, I'll really wish I was back at Alamo for the 8:40 a.m. start time. My brother, who is a Jepson student, tells me that Alamo students there always get the best grades and hold most of the leadership positions. We know that we are ready to go to Jepson and represent our great Alamo teachers as the best prepared 7th graders there. I want to thank all of the really nice people who have made Alamo such a nice place. All of the teachers, Miss Genovese and Mrs. Forrest, Miss Stormy and Miss Betty, we know who really runs Alamo. The playground monitors, the lunch helpers, and all of the moms and dads who are always volunteering at Alamo. Thanks. I wanted to share a riddle by a writer that we are all familiar with, Dr. Seuss. You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself in any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you know. You are the guy who will decide where you go. I also wanted to share some thoughts by one of my favorite TV characters, Bart Simpson, who's way smarter than people give him credit for. He's not Shakespeare, but he has some good advice for us kids. Here are some of my favorites. I will not sleep through my education. I will not hide the teacher's Prozac. Do not take the principal's car for a joyride, especially if it's as sweet as Mrs. Forrest's Mercedes. And my very favorite, all work and no play makes Bart a very dull boy. Thank you and good luck to my fellow 6th graders.